Well, we made it in the end.
I was starting to think we'd never see it again. But here we are. This is Minato.
Oh. So? Started to feel at home yet? Really? Well, good for you then.
Going out touting for business again today? Looks like you're settling in nicely. Tucker, with you doing the work of 2 or 3 men, the only job left for me is keeping my sake cup filled. Oh, quick! Looks like it's over. That was another big one. Feels like they're getting stronger every day. It's making the bridge repairs on the old Blossom Trail impossible, apparently. Not that it matters to you with all your karakuri trickery. Ah, I nearly forgot. You should drop in on the Hime-sama later. Our steward was asking for you before.
Good. You are here. Your daily labors have not escaped my attention. You are a great asset to Minato. Ours is the only remaining settlement here in Azuma, once known for its fierce bando warriors, who prevailed during the rule of the Ishido clan. With the demise of the Ishido governors, the region fell under the control of the Ago clan, but they see it as a worthless backwater. By appointing me as its steward, they neatly rid themselves of a great embarrassment to the clan. Their hope is that Minato and I both will simply vanish into obscurity. But arts and crafts made from kimono materials are still highly prized in the capital, though few are being made these days. Until your arrival, we had no hunters left capable of dealing with kimono as fearsome as the king tusk. Thanks to you, I sense the spirit of the town starting to revive. I am extremely grateful. Arigato. Speaking of the spirit of the town, you will have seen the windmill-like structure at the heart of Minato. The citizens call it the spirit wheel. I know nothing of the workings of Karakuri, so I have no idea how it could be made to turn again as I believe it once did. But it is my earnest wish to see it too, one day revived, turning proudly and purposefully above the town, as people prosper in the streets below. If only my hollow stewardship allowed me some small degree of influence. Forgive me, I digress. I summoned you to ask for your help. The capital is crying out for new handicrafts. With your skills at our disposal, I believe we may be able to oblige. They will require materials that can only be obtained from the Tsunobashiri, a glider kimono found on Natsugodachi Isle. I request that you hunt one. For some time, the hunters here have taken no prey beyond the Harigasumi way, and the materials are all delivered to Suzuran-sensei for her studies. You may reach the isle by boat. Speak with the head of the Guild of Fishermen, Sumori Nobumitsu. I do apologize for asking so much of you, but this hunt would prove most valuable to the town. There is no great urgency, however. I understand you have many demands on your time. So many citizens are clamoring for your skills. It is my earnest wish that you oblige them also. In doing so, you afford Minato great strength.
Oh yeah, いらっしゃい. Do come in. Look at you. The picture of health as always. Please spend as much as you like. Whatever your heart desires, you will find in the Crimson Treasury.
Ah, you must be the hunter everyone in Minato is talking about lately. I'm Ruri. Pleased to meet you. I do trade up and down the whole country. Right now, there's something you might just be able to help me with. I've been asked to supply some Spring Watch monitor materials, you see. Lots of them, and as quickly as possible. There's only so much I can ask of my usual contacts, so... I was wondering if you'd be interested? I do some of it myself, but the truth is... well... never mind. Anyway, this is a really big order, so I'll make it worth your while. I hope you can help.
You're only the best.
We used to just...
Oh! Over here! Alright. Looks like it's time to ship out at last. You took your time. And nearly nodded off. Especially with this beautiful weather we're having. So how are things? No shortage of hunting around Minato, huh? Found any big fish? Well, that's life, isn't it? But it's early days. Give it time. So, you need passage to the Spirit Isle, do you? Believe me, You don't want to go there unprepared. That's where the big fish are, if you know what I mean. The kimono on the isle are a lot tougher than the ones you've been hunting along the old Blossom Trail. I think the Spineglider inhabits the south side of the island, but I don't know exactly where you find it. In days gone by, hunters had karakuri that helped them find their prey. Without something like that, you'll just have to trawl around for it the old-fashioned way, and hope you don't net something you can't handle. I don't know. Maybe you're ready for anything. But it wouldn't hurt to check over your weapons and armor before we leave. All right, if you say so. Looks like I was worrying over nothing. Oh, yeah, one other thing. You know the Guild of Fishermen handles everything to do with shipping? Trade as well as fishing. Well, we quite often run into trouble that could use a good hunter like yourself. So if you're ever short of work, just give me a shout. Of course we would reward you for your efforts. You said you were giving those Spineglider materials to Suzuran-sensei, didn't you? Yeah, let's catch up again soon. Whoa! Someone's had a good hunt. Any materials you collected? Take them straight to Suzuran-sensei, would you?
Good to see you.
Are you alright, Ji-san? Do you need another rest?
It wasn't like this when the karakuri were working.
Ah, you hunted a Tsunobashiri for us, did you? Those spine gliders are tough. We owe you one. Arigato. You're clearly well able to do your job then. But how are you holding up? No strange sensations? Excellent! That's good to hear. You must tell me at once if you notice anything out of the ordinary. Having a karakuri implanted in your body may have consequences you're not expecting. The seed is a very old karakuri, the crystallization of wisdom amassed by the ancient hunters. It will make a deep physiological and mental connection with you. It allows its host to conjure and control karakuri, to influence the ki that flows through the entire natural world, in fact. Until now, I honestly believed it was a fairy tale. I certainly never imagined that I'd see it with my own eyes. Side effects? Well, there are certainly pitfalls. Firstly, I don't believe you can manipulate karakuri wherever and whenever you like. You've experienced that already, of course. You haven't been able to make use of karakuri here in Minato, for example, have you? Secondly, although the seed is said to contain the ingredients for a plethora of karakuri, it would appear you can't conjure them all whenever you like. I imagine there has to be some sort of trigger to stimulate the requisite memory. Given that it's a hunter's device, it seems reasonable to assume that those triggers will occur in the course of hunting activities. And thirdly, I dare say this is the most pertinent of the pitfalls from your perspective. The seed is deeply embedded in your heart. So deeply that one can no longer function without the other. What I'm trying to say is that if that tiny karakuri were to break, you would die. Now, it's not especially fragile, so there's no need to panic, but still, I would treat it with due care. Good. Yes, before you go, there's one last thing. There's a small task I'd like you to undertake. Or rather, the town elders have decided it should be done. It may even result in the first pitfall that I mentioned before being rendered moot. I think it would be quicker to show you rather than trying to explain further. Would you accompany me to the Spirit Isle? We can leave whenever you're ready. And Natsume will be coming along too. So, a trip to the island. A boat trip. Unavoidable, I suppose. Oh, sorry. I'm talking to myself. As soon as you're ready, we'll set off together.
They say that the Spirit Isle used to be the sumimasen. Could I ask you to do a job for me? I've been getting so much work recently, and my stock of materials is starting to run low. It's good for business, but I can't possibly fulfill all these orders with what I have left. So I was hoping you could gather some more materials for me. Not as a favor, as a job, of course. I don't suppose this was a problem back when all the karakuri were working. If you could bring me what I need as soon as you have it, I'd be ever so grateful. I hope it goes well. If it's weapon care you're looking for, then... Look at all these materials you've gathered for me. That's perfect. I'll be able to finish all my outstanding jobs now, and nobody will be disappointed. There are fewer and fewer members of the Guild of Artisans now. It's a headache for the whole town. But it means the rest of us just have to work harder to pick up the slack. Minato's future depends on it. Anyway, you've been a big help. Arigatou gozaimashita. I'm sure I'll have another job for you soon enough, if you don't mind. There's no rush. Take your time to decide what... Have a think about which of my little ones you're most interested in. Which one are we talking about? Whew,
いらっしゃい。Do you actually want anything, or you're just gonna stand there? You're in the way of other customers. If you want something, spit it out. I do good work, but I do it fast. I've learned if you want something, spit it out. Don't worry, I take pride in my work. We done?
Oh, you got the materials I was after. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right then, let's. Ah! I mean, sorry. It's fine. I'm fine. Honestly. I'm not very good with kimono, to tell the truth. Everything about them makes my skin crawl. But so many people want kimono materials, and they go for such a good price. And I've got a lot of mouths to feed at home. So, yes, I'll just take these. And, hope to do business with you again sometime.
You spoil me with these. You may examine anything in as much detail as you please before you decide. I am forever humbly at your disposal.
Did you know?
I feel like there's more life in Minato now, somehow. You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. All right then. Are we done here for now? You couldn't come with me for a minute, could you? There's a little thing you might be able to help me with. Yataro here is a bit stuck for some materials. I was thinking maybe you could gather them up for him?
I didn't ask for any help. Why are you sticking your nose in?
Come on. Stop being so stubborn. You were grumbling before about not being able to carry on with your work.
Maybe I was, but that doesn't mean I need help from an outsider. Do I look worried? I'm just... Oh, never mind.
You've got a solid offer of help here, Yataro. You'd be mad not to take it. Where's that list you showed me before of everything you need? Just give it to the hunter here, and we can all get on.
Fine.
Great. When you found everything, just give it straight to Yataro, would you? Arigato!
If you don't mind then. Are you still here? All the right materials in the right quantities? Didn't think you'd come through.
Whoa! Did you manage to find everything already?
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it? Now you can push on with your work. Did you thank your new supplier yet?
No. Why? I'm giving a reward, aren't I?
I should think so. But it never hurts to say thanks, you know?
Look, you're the one who asked for the help in the first place. All right, if I have to. I just want to say, stop being so weird.
Oi, wait a minute! Sorry. I bet you're wondering why you bothered, aren't you? He's always been like that, though. But he's been through a lot, so don't think too badly of him. Of course, that's no excuse for being crabby. I'll have a word with him later.
I forgot how much I hate boats.
Are you alright, Sensei? You did say you'd explain what we're doing here when we'd arrived.
I'll be fine. So, there is an old ruin on the island here, where the natural flow of ki has stagnated. I need you to clear the blockage. I think... You said you tried it before, didn't you? In the Nanohana field along the old Blossom Trail. I'd like you to do the same thing here. I learned that a particular material is required for the job, and through meticulous research, I've managed to ascertain which kemono to hunt to obtain it. It's a kemono called Jigokuzaru, or Lavaback.
As far as we know, it's lived on this island since ancient times. Apparently, Minato's hunters have never been a match for it.
Your confidence is reassuring, but I don't want you taking any unnecessary risks. If it seems too much for you, return to Minato and reconsider your approach.
I hear that the Lavaback lives on the north side, but there are other kemono on the island too. Perhaps hunting some of those first would be a good plan. Then I can make you stronger equipment with the materials.
Let's hope this really does help Minato flourish again.
Sensei?
Sorry, I was muttering to myself. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. I've taken the liberty of adding a rather special karakuri to your gauntlet. I have a matching one, and together they'll allow us to communicate when we're too far away to speak to each other. It'll all become clear once you use it. We'll contact you in a little while, so don't be surprised if you suddenly hear our voices. Hello? Can you hear us? Ah, good. It seems to be functioning well.
It really worked! Let me see that!
Hands off, Natsume. I know you. You'll pull it apart.
But I always try to put things back together again.
Now, we'll help as best we can via this karakuri.
All these broken boats. What happened here?
This is where the samurai of the Ishido clan were driven back to when kemono attacked. Though ultimately I believe it was Ago clan pursuers who finished them off. These must be the boats they sailed in. You would have been very young at the time. I doubt you remember.
Goodness. But actually, I do have some vague memories from that time. I was playing with Nobu, and suddenly Tosan said we weren't to go outside. I could tell by the look in my father's eyes that he really meant it. He must have been very scared, I think. Has your seasickness passed, Sensei? Perhaps you should have stayed in Minato? Especially since we have this wonderful karakuri.
Unfortunately, it has a relatively short range. By my calculations, just about enough to cover the island at present, but no more. hunters. But as far as I understand, large kimono tend to avoid that area. I need you to focus on locating the Lavaback first.
Yes, we'll explore the ruins later, once we're all together again.
all right? Say something! can see why you're in such demand. All right, we're on our way. The ruins are at the heart of the island. We'll take a known safe route.
It's a long way, Sensei. Are you sure you're feeling up to it?
Not really, but I couldn't possibly miss this.
Well, please don't overdo it, will you?
Well, well. Again we meet. It seems you have a knack for cheating death. As a hunter, I see you have grown. The fire in your eyes burns stronger now. Fitting that our paths cross here, in the sacred land of the ancient hunters. Traces of their aspirations remain, both within you and without. Once it was so that hunters were born here, raised here, and would die on this soil. But in time, they expanded their horizons, crossing the sea to Azuma. But that migration was only possible with the power of Karakuri. With the knowledge and technology possessed only by those hunters of old. Sadly, all that was no longer is. The haven the hunters built for themselves in Azuma was washed away by the rain of 1,000 days. A great flood that covered all the land. What few hunters survived dispersed northward or westward, taking with them what little knowledge remained of Karakuri. All that was left behind crystallized to become the seed. So you see, all that was left behind now exists within you. You need only hunt, and trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow.
Over there, look! Oi!
Sorry to keep you. Your successful defeat of the kimono means we can proceed with the... Oh, what's wrong? Are you sure? You look like you've just seen a ghost. Anyway, never mind. Let's get on with the plan. You remember we discussed how you're enabled to conjure and command Karakuri anywhere you like? Well, the reason for that is intimately tied to a form of energy known as celestial thread. Think about when you create Karakuri out of nothing. Tendril-like phenomena appear, don't they? That is celestial thread. It's the motive force behind all Karakuri. If there isn't enough of it, Karakuri can't operate. The larger and more complex the Karakuri, the more celestial thread is required to power it. You've probably noticed already as you've been walking around that these ruins appear to be some kind of giant Karakuri. We can only imagine that at one time it was functioning as intended until, for some reason, the celestial thread here dried up and it ground to a halt.
For some reason. Due to stagnation of ki in the ground, perhaps?
Precisely. Ki and celestial thread are essentially the same thing. The ki here is not flowing. Fix that, and these ruins should come alive. Legend tells that this place is actually an elaborate machine used to divert celestial thread to another location. And I'm sure by now you can deduce what location that is. Yes! Minato! Which means that if we're successful here, all the Karakuri that have been gathering dust in Minato until now should suddenly spring to life!
I was starting to think I'd never see them working again. It's been so long.
What we're trying to achieve here is crucial to the survival of the town. The influence of the kimono is growing all the time, and we have no way to defend ourselves. Sooner or later, we'll be forced to abandon Minato. So after many long discussions among the elders, they decided we should work towards restoring the town's Karakuri to give us the means to fight back. Which is why your task here is to use your skills to wake up this ancient place.
All Minato's Karakuri working again. I just can't imagine it.
exciting, isn't it? I have memories from my early childhood when they were still working.
The wall is opening up.
And look at the celestial thread weaving its way. Oh, this I have to study.
So, we did it!
Yes, we did! A great success! You played your part perfectly. Thank you so much. Now, let us hurry back to Minato and see the transformation.
Yes. I can't wait to see what's happening around town. Let's go! Amazing, amazing, amazing! I never dreamed this could happen! Everything is working again! It's like life has been restored to the whole town. Every karakuri is working again. Oh, then the karakuri at the forge will be... This I have to see!
Well, Natsuma's happy. To be honest, there are dozens of things I'd like to experiment with, too. And if you wouldn't mind, I'll be needing your help with many of them. Wow. Isn't this something? I expect you're dying to look around town. I know I am. Just think of the dust flying off all those old karakuri as they spring back to life. The bathhouse near the town gates, for example. The hot waters will be flowing again. Ah, they don't need an attendant now. It couldn't have gone better. And it's all thanks to you.
Whoa! Talk about a surprise!
It all went exactly to plan. The town's karakuri are buzzing again. I simply couldn't have done it without you, you know. It all went exactly to...
Yo! Whoa! Seen the karakuri all? You wanna know what's still to do? Here's the list. Alright. Let's catch up again soon.
What can I do to make Tamakazuka-san notice me?
Ah, so you're back at last. Care to explain what?
Every single karakuri in Minato is working again.
I heard you got the better of another kemono. Minato's really starting to come alive thanks to you.
Oh, you're a hunter then. I'm Ryozaemon, just a merchant. I had some business arranged here in Minato, but my man hasn't shown up. He's a hunter too, you know, a good one. I've bought things from him before, and he's always been very reliable. He promised me some deer antler this time. I hope nothing's happened to him. It's a worry. For his safety and my business. You couldn't go and look for him, could you? And maybe hunt a deer on the way?
Oh, Minato's karakuri. I've never seen them working before. Kogyok-san has been very good to me since I ended up here in Minato. I'll always be in her debt.
Everywhere I go.
Say, Hunter, how do you feel about a little job? We've got a problem with the irrigation canals. The water's no good lately. We won't be able to grow a thing unless we sort it out. Turns out it's because of a sap scourge laying claim to some land upstream. It'll end up killing everything. All the fish and all our crops. I don't feel good about it. But could you go and hunt it? Or it'll be the end of us.
Have a look around.
Oh yeah? What is all the commotion outside? The town, alive again, with the hum of karakuri after all these years. Longevity lets us see so far into the looking glass of life. Dear Hunter, have you heard the unfortunate news? Of the corpse found along the Blossom Trail. They have identified the poor soul at last. A fine young farming fellow. Such a waste. It was a customer of mine who happened upon the tragedy on his way to Minato via the Harvest Canyon. And now he comes under suspicion. There is no doubt in my mind that this is the work of Kemono. Yet not all appear to agree.
Because it's hogwash. Dansuke wasn't killed by any Kemono.
Welcome back. Is my account really so hard to believe?
It makes no sense. Dansuke had some of the fastest legs in town. There's no way he would have let a Kemono get him. Besides, I happen to know he got into a fight with someone from your store the day before he disappeared. If you ask me, you lot did him in, and then tried to make it look like the work of a Kemono. You! All the outsiders sticking together, is that it? You're not from here. Kogyoku and her Crimson Treasury patrons can't be trusted.
You see what dreadful ill will befalls me? Could you possibly investigate the matter? A hunter's eye is what we need to see if this really was the work of Kemono or not. Or so say the skeptical few.
Waste of time. I'm sure these snakes will have covered their tracks. But go on. Be my guest.
I leave it in your ever-capable hands.
I've been meaning to talk to you. Sumimasen. I just can't stop watching. It's so fascinating. this karakuri can maintain a higher temperature in the hearth. That would mean I could forge various materials I couldn't forge before. So I'll be much more used to you now. To everyone in Minato, in fact. The times I've tried and failed to get all the things in this forge working again. Most of this equipment has been gathering dust. But now, it's had a new lease on life. Minato could thrive again, like in the old days. And it's all come about thanks to you. I honestly don't know how to express my gratitude. Nothing I could say would be enough. Just, arigato. Thank you so much. I heard you've set up a new camp on the Harugasumi Way. If you like, maybe I could take some tools up there, and materials too, to make things a little more convenient. The easier it is for you to hunt, the more materials come my way, and the more forging I can do. Hopefully, that will help you out as well. You've already done so much for me after all. Just give me a minute to grab my things. Strike while the iron's hot, as they say.
Why are all the karakuri suddenly moving?